By the way, Vito, speaking of monetizing haters, here's Eric July monetizing you.
Ooh.
All right, so I got sent a
This is an
video
old one.
from someone who had initially mentioned that my name was dropped in this video that a group of cats did about Ryan and his Batman take. Now, I don't know these YouTubers.
Bottom feeders.
I'm not familiar with their work. I'm not going to sit here and high side.
What did he say?
But I was like, yeah, I'm not watching that video. You can maybe clip it for me, the instance that you're talking about it, and if I feel it.
Look how much healthier and happier he was 2 years ago.
This was before. This was pre-ISOM, when he was just just a cool guy, everybody's buddy.
Yeah, he was the guy. Like he was like, you know what? I'm gonna let you on my show, and I'm just gonna mute you when you want to plug your shit.
Yeah, that was not good. I thought we were having a good discussion, me and him, but he kept muting me.
Yeah.
Worth responding to. Maybe I'll respond to it, certainly, because I needed some segments going into the week.
If I were going to get an X-Men poster, it wouldn't be that one. Let me just say. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great. Is that Jim Lee?
No.
Who is that? I can't barely see it.
It's like some fucking, hey, your job is to draw X-Men product for Walmart.
Yeah, Wolverine looks like shit there.
Yeah, like that's not Jim Lee at all. Like I would get a Jim Lee X-Men poster. Yeah. But this is like, you'll notice his office is decorated with like Walmart comic book product. Like if you go to Target or Walmart, like
this
like
isn't fake steel signs you see with the fake leathering on them.
Like fake
I'll say about our sets. Like I look at your room and I go, yeah, it's a bunch of crap. You look at my room, there's like a bunch of stupid crap I got to organize. These guys with these slick setups.
But I mean, what I'm saying is,
yeah,
like this is fake fandom. Like you look at it and you go, that is a big Joker poster that you could buy at Target or something like that. Like why wouldn't you go, you know what, I want a Jim Aparo Joker, or I want a Marshall Rogers Joker.
Why wouldn't you go, I'm a guy who makes a bunch of money on YouTube. I never understand, like why don't you have like an original, Jim Lee sketch framed and hung somewhere? Why are you getting this mass market trash?
Shit. I got a framed
the Batman logo. That Batman logo, isn't that actually like, it looks like it's squashed too. Is the Batman logo supposed to be more oval?
Yeah, but it's like the bat symbol in the sky, and it's like from, I mean, this is the whole thing. It does look like like if somebody were going to make a TV show about a guy who was a comic book fan who live streams about comic books, they would use this. This would be the set dressing. Like some retarded bitch would go and find, like, go to Target and go through the posters.
A woman would decorate this room. And she go, look, I got an X-Men poster. And you go, oh, that's awful. But you're a woman and you don't understand comic books. So, okay.
Right.
Yeah. There's nothing like, has Eric ever done like a video where he's like, here's some like prize stuff from my comic collection. Here's like some check. Because whenever I do a live stream, I'm always like, hey, here's like a stupid toy I bought or a new comic I got or a signed card or whatever. Maybe that's not his kind of fandom, but I'm just like, what does this guy have? He shows us his wife's jewelry. I know more about that than most things in his life.
Joker. So this is Joker wall hanging product. I like the X-Men. So this is X-Men wall hanging product. You look at my studio, let me see. It's all movies mostly, but there's a Green Lantern poster, which is uniquely, because I drew it. It's a all stuff that's like
I got a
pretty
bunch
unique
of
garbage.
To me. I got a bunch of Nintendos.
Yeah.
Magic cards. My room's a mess right now, but still, you learn what someone's passionate about, and what Eric's apparently passionate about is the Batman. Like the most, it's not even like he has like a favorite character that's like kind of outside. Like I like Booster Gold. If I was gonna get a bunch of comic stuff, I got some Booster Gold stuff and be like, yeah, that's my guy. His is Batman, the Joker, the Flash, the X. It's like the most basic bitch like stuff.
Those are your favorites. Those are comic book heroes. He's got Thomas Sowell up there, but I'll tell you, who I have? Senator Joseph McCarthy. You see him above the Cyberfrog wall hanging? Yeah. Autographed Senator Joseph McCarthy.
That JFK poster is badass. I love that movie.
Autographed by Kevin Costner. So
Back and to the Left.
My God, I love that movie, dude.
And to the left.
I've seen it so many times. All right. And it's bullshit, too. And by the way, what nobody says about JFK that I like about the Oliver Stone JFK movie is who killed JFK? The fucking homosexuals. And that is the theory of the movie, and nobody says anything about it. It was a homosexual thrill killing organized by a bunch of homos for no good reason. And yeah, sure. You know, it's like it wasn't the CIA, it wasn't the FBI, it was the LGBTQ alliance, according to Oliver Stone. And I'm going to consider that. All right, so back to yeah, of course. I've done my research.
And I only watched the first bit of it, and it's like, yeah, okay, we're gonna do a video about this. I generally don't like to do this back and forth thing with YouTubers, this whole YouTube.
What are you talking about?
Because you're not good at it, so you have to stop.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, like
you wanted to do the back and forth until you started losing all your fans and shit to a bunch of stupid internet comedians clowning on you, and then you said, I don't want to do this anymore.
That was for real. That's what happened, by the way, too. You know, it's like
because he got so comfortable. All right, look, he thought he was on top of the world because he would bring in genuinely. Let's be clear. Some of the people he'd bring on for the monetize my haters, you know, he'd find like crazy people, schizophrenic people, you know, and he'd clown them into the corner. And I got it. I understood the spectacle. I'm like, that's pretty funny. But then he went at Dick Masterson and he said, look at this rabbit motherfucker. And Dick went, a rabbit, huh? And then, like, you know, then it became a whole thing. And now there's rabbits in the chat. It's like, Eric, don't compare the man ripping on you to the trickster god of the animal kingdom.
That's Bugs Bunny.
To Bugs Bunny. Yes, literally. Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny loves people like Eric July. Like, Eric July is Yosemite Sam to Dick Masterson's Bugs Bunny, of course.
Yes.
How many bottles of water, Eric? Are you collecting them? Why does he have 4 empty water bottles there? Throw them away, dude.
Mainly because I'm accessible, and anybody can reach out to me, and we can chat about all sorts of things. If that's indeed what it is that they want to do, or you can
wait. That says Biden sucks. That Batman symbol.
Your individual audience.
Yeah, I think so.
This is the only time I will say this, that I'm going to do exactly what it is that I'm doing and respond to this. So if they respond to my response, that's on them. I would much rather say, let's have
he's the responding party.
Discussions about what's going down, and actually have some sort of dialogue in that regards outside of like.
See, this is TRASHCAST, and it's way more fun. Like, Eric should be doing this. You know, Eric got scared of doing this. I will confront anybody who wants to come on this show and argue with me. I'd love it. I would absolutely fucking love it. Nobody
Eric
will.
Could have made all of this fun, but his tact was, oh my God, someone came to my warehouse and put a sticker on my door. I might need to kill that man. And you're like, well, now it's not fun, Eric.
What happened, dude?
Like,
here's Eric
Twitter and all of that stuff. And let's actually discuss what's happening. I would certainly be up for that. So let's watch these guys in this video that this guy sent.
Oh.
So it's from the channel's called Popcorn Planet. And
shout out Andy Signora.
There is okay, so the first guy's name is Andy. You got this other guy who I guess his channel is Jody's Corner, and the other guy's Vito. Now, in the latter half, I've seen him be in my mentions before. Now, I'm not familiar with the other cats. Again, I would say that. So let's listen in to what it is that they have to say, certainly about me.
What it is.
And then they always have. Sorry, you guys can't see. They bring in Eric July. I don't know if you know him, Jody, but
terrible rapper.
I like some of his takes. I don't like some of their takes. I don't really know the guy. I don't watch him as regular, but he's.
It's always terrible rapping. Objectively, that is a false claim, and that's just something that someone's using.
Oh, comedian's funny, Eric. That was funny.
That you send at me, and that's a fact. Not even up for discussion.
He took that right to the heart. No humor.
But it's always weird how they immediately go to that when most of the music that I'm known for.
Eric, he was joking. You fuck.
That
was a pretty good joke.
Oh my God.
Listening back.
I'm neither here nor there. Let's finish listening to what it is he said.
Always there to defend him, and he's black, right? And so Jeremy and Ryan use it all the time as their defense. Guys, we're not racist because Eric's here kicking all the white leftists around, and it's all part of the same. What do you say?
Okay, let me stop right there. So I don't know where it is that he's even getting this from. Where he says Eric's always here to defend. Like, those guys can fight their own battles. You know what I'm saying? Like, those guys can fight their own battles. Now, any event that I find something worth speaking on, that's what it is that I will do.
What it is.
I have no issues doing that. And because I know both, he mentions Ryan and he mentions Jeremy, I'm guessing
You're not laughing at
I know
this?
both of them personally. Met both of them certainly in real life and all of that. I don't know
see.
why that video keeps doing that, but yeah, it's not like I have spent a bunch of time. Actually, I believe this may be the only video that I've done, segment that I've done on my channel, where like I was talking about a tape
He is
that,
so much fun.
Ryan
I can
had,
see why he has so many
and
subscribers.
then people had a meltdown,
So
and I
much
did a
fun.
video about that. I think that's the first time that I may have done it. I've referenced Ryan
Do you know the
before,
context
like
of this at
oh, well, I
all?
saw him cover this
No.
first, but not
Do
like
you?
in the capacity of
Yeah.
Luigi's.
So you know Ryan Kinnell? You know that
Yeah.
guy?
Yeah.
Did you ever like see his like famous like out of the theater? I just saw the Batman review.
Oh,
that it
yeah.
was
I
fun.
like that. That was funny. I roasted
Yeah.
that.
Because he's like going through what he likes or doesn't like about the movie. And he's like, there's just too many good black people in it.
Yeah,
I always think
yeah.
more like bad black people, and you're like,
Yeah.
how the fuck are you watching these movies, man? And I guess
Yeah.
the point he was making was that he thought the movie was woke because, like,
Mhm.
there's like a black lady mayor. But then you're like, bitch, Gotham is basically Chicago. If you're gonna have any Democrat-run city like Gotham, you're in today's day and age, you're gonna have a black female mayor. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
but his whole thing again, like this idea that the movie didn't have an equal number of good white people and good black people and bad white people and bad black people. I'm like, when you start thinking about movies that way, you're doing exactly what, the diversity, the DEI people do, where you go, okay, if you have a good white guy, you need a bad white guy. And you can't have too many good white people.
You can't
Don't-
enjoy a film or really like enjoy it as a piece of art when you're deconstructing the DEI efforts put into it. I mean,
Don't
that, and
drive me
it's a
crazy,
trap that we all fall into as like anti-woke critics. Certainly, I sit there, I'll watch TV, and I'll be like, look at this. There's one of everybody walking down the street, and it's all so deliberate. I'll be like, diversity, and it's hard to go through life. Like once you're aware of it, it really does kind of stick in your craw. You notice it all the time. So I know what Ryan Kinnell was trying to say. Ryan Kinnell was trying to say that, clearly diversity was
at
primary
the forefront of
thought.
this movie. Yeah.
Right. And if there had to be somebody
Black
who was a
Catwoman.
bad guy, then, they're going to be a white guy because you can do that. And I get it. But the way he expressed it was very funny.
It was
These people mad at him.
and also he forgets. You're like, well, Batman's still a white guy. Like it's still about a white guy saving the day. You have to be pretty. If they had made Batman black, you might have like a much better point. But at
Right.
the end of the day, I think a lot of I don't see the Batman as a woke movie. Again, you show me like a black mayor, and I go, that just makes sense.
It's not
maybe-
woke. It's just that there are woke retards that are behind the scenes going, now listen. Here's the thing. Like Walking Dead is the same exact thing. Like you could sit there and go, Walking Dead, it just became so goddamn woke in the last few seasons. I watched the whole thing through recently. And it's just like, well, you're aware. You're like, well, Rick's a straight white guy. Okay, so that's one thing. But it's like everybody else in the cast at some point becomes a fucking black homosexual. Every single person on the cast, everyone behind him is a lesbian or a gay man.
Yeah.
And it's just like, come on, for
too
Christ's
much.
sake, like, enough. And you just become aware of it. And if you bring it up to, like, I knew all the SJWs when I was in comics. I'd be like the whole thing is so fucking woke and diversity. And they'd be like, who is the main leader of the show? Rick. He's a white straight guy. What else the fuck do you want? I just want to be watching this and I want it to feel natural. And I don't want to smell the fucking disgusting, putrid stench of diversity people, like behind the scenes making choices deliberately to make sure it feels fair to everybody. That's what I want. I think Ryan Kinnell was saying that too. I agree with Ryan Kinnell, but the way he said it, he's like, there are too many good black people and too many evil
Yeah,
white,
you're like, dude, you
whatever.
gotta be a little more. That's the thing is, he was getting eaten up by Black Twitter because Black Twitter found it and like, what the fuck? This white boy saying there's too many good black people in the goddamn Batman. And like, that's funny. And like, all you have to do in that moment is go, yeah, Ryan, you gotta kind of eat shit on this one.
Yeah,
But
of
instead,
course.
Of course, Eric July and everybody's like, no, like he's absolutely. It's like he said a stupid thing. It was stupid what he said.
It was expressed stupidly, and the problem is
Yeah.
you get lazy because you're talking to people who already agree with you and they know what you mean. So,
Yeah.
this will happen to me all the time where I'll just kind of, say something in a lazy way rather than explaining it thoroughly for new people who might be listening or, and it just ends up sounding like, I'm a grand dragon of the KKK, which happens, you know what I mean? And sometimes in daily conversation, that'll happen to me. So, again, that was the lesson, hopefully, that Ryan learned, or could have learned, but probably didn't learn. This is Ryan Cannell.
Talking about. So I'm not really understanding where it is that he's at with that, or what it is where he's getting that information from. Number one, when you talk about the organization that they're in, Geeks and Gamers, I'm not in Geeks and Gamers.
None.
On top of that, there are other black people that are actually
and he keeps saying, I'm not in Geeks and Gamers. You know what? If I'm constantly turning on Geeks and Gamers streams, which lately, unfortunately, and you're always on the stream,
yeah.
you could say, well, I'm not in Geeks and Gamers. There are a few people who are like, well, I'm not strictly Comicsgate. Same thing. No, you're on all the Comicsgate streams. You're selling a comic book. You are Comicsgate. Ask the leftists, like, if you're Comicsgate, and if they say, fuck that guy, you're Comicsgate. Eric, you're always on those shows. You are, a Geeks and Gamer guy. You just don't want to be attached to them because they're embarrassing, and I understand.
Geeks and Gamers, that it seems like if you were going to try to point to that, you'd go to point to them, but using me, I don't even understand how that's even warranted or why that actually certainly makes sense. But
is Vito Comicsgate? Vito, are you Comicsgate?
And this is how, not just with white leftists, black leftists as well, they do this shit. Where this is what I mean when I say they give a lot of power to white folk and they don't even understand that. So any of these guys who act as if they're this whole anti-racist, fist in the air, pro-black bullshit, generally a lot of these wackos are the complete opposite, because really they only see the validity and they only see a prominence by white people. Because I am sure that, let's say, in any retake that I've had, there have been instances where
we made like a little joke video. The video was just like, wow, Ryan Cannell said something that sounded really bad, and Black Twitter's like going at him. And, instead of all his buddies just going, yeah, Ryan, that was, I don't know, obviously they're pissed at you. They all made like videos being like, no, it was great what he said. I don't know, we were just kind of goofing on him. It didn't require a third. It's fine to make a response, I guess. But I don't even know what he's going on about. This is wild.
Yeah.
We were just goofing around on a live stream, and then Andy cuts up the live stream and he makes clips out of it. And I guess he made this into a clip.
Enrique Cabrera says everyone is Comicsgate, whether they want to be or not. Well, we've made the gate to Comicsgate just slightly too narrow for Vito, but I fit through it for some reason.
I'm slimming down. If I lose a couple more pounds, maybe I'll get through that gate.
Yeah. We gatekeep by virtue of... Is there anybody fatter than me who in Comicsgate? I'm trying to think. I guess Donald DeLay is. He got through already. He was grandfathered in.
I sent him a DM today.
Did you? What about?
Talking about colorists. Yeah.
He's really good, man. He's a good artist.
Yeah.
Orion has said or laughed at the detractor or something of that nature. And I mentioned some things that I maybe said in a video. I'm sure that they have done that. Now, of course, he doesn't look at that like, well, Jeremy and Ryan is defending black people. He doesn't look at it like that.
Okay.
He looks at it like, on the other side, it's, well, because I did this, I am defending white people, or I am being used.
I feel like I need a little Sturgis, okay? I got to be honest with you. Let me see. Sturgis hasn't really gone in on me. I have no idea what
Eric's talking about.
I don't know either, but he's so boring. At least Sturgis is angry, and it's kind of funny that he's angry, so.
It is I, the Nigger, and I need you to subscribe to, it says here, Clip Summer.